Why, hello, everybody, and welcome to the Truly Odd podcast, where we bring you the latest in game news and movie news. I am your host, Joe Garcia. So grab your controllers, get your popcorn, and let's go ahead and dive right on in, shall we? Starting with our first game news topic of the day, it looks like Square Enix has posted a 19,000% game profit surge amid bordering revenue declines. So, as over the past year since 2022, when they hit their peak. The profits for the company have been dwindling over the years, but it looks like core video game business profits have surged to 19,000%. Go ahead and look at this article right here. So it looks surged to 19,000% with about 100 billion won gained in quarter 2 of 2025. USD, that would be the equivalent of 6.77 million, give or take. 6.76 million, as you can see right here. So I mean, things are that's nice for the company, but overall, I don't think that's going to be enough to make a significant change. I think that's still that the company of this company is still gonna have issues going forward, even though they've done that. They really can't make up for the amounts of profits that they lost over the some odd years. They've had some growth returns in 2024, but overall the financial situation is not looking good. Even though they've done this good of 19,000% increase in 2025. But the question is this going to be enough to save them for the long term financial health? If they continue with this profit margin, then of course they're going to be in the profitable range and things are going to be looking good. But it's possibly not looking so. We'll see what they do for next quarter of 2025. But yeah, this is just the latest in a lot of video game companies that are, either doing layoffs or not seeing a lot of profit. Finally, we have some good news for a company. Hopefully, they continue up in this trend and they can continue to make some profit. But let me know what you guys think of this. With a 19,000% increase, what do you think was the cause of that? I think most likely them focusing and shifting towards the regular game development was probably the cause of this. But let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. It looks like Tencent's first move in the Horizon IP battle with Sony has been to change their Steam page. So initially they had a Steam page that kind of really highlighted similarities with the Horizon game, and I guess on Steam they finally made some of those changes. But overall, the game itself kind of mirrors the gameplay aspects and the story and things of the game. But here are some of the things that they have decided to make changes on. So Sony's allegation is claims that the Light of Morium, forgive me if I'm saying that wrong, is a clone basically of its Horizon IP. Tencent's response was to modify the game's Steam page, remove elements resembling Horizon, and also focus more on the emphasis of the survival aspects, the crafting aspects, rather than the narrative and the character similarities from Horizon. So they're hoping that those aspects of the gameplay will help them differentiate from the Horizon game. Uh, so Sony's thing is they're focusing on similar to character designs, the mechanical animals and gameplay features are the similarities that they're kind of struggle against. So it looks like Tencent's pushing to trying to maybe change the narrative with their crafting and their survival aspects for their game. So it depends on how in depth that is overall for their game. Hopefully, hopefully, with that being said, they're able to, I don't know, make it a way for the courts and everything to understand that other games, it's kind of like music. Music sounds alike, but some people can have similar ideas. We've had two asteroid movies hit at the same time. We've had two Jungle Books movie hit around the same time. So kind of similar for the games. People can have similar ideas, but it does seem to be a blatant ripoff. So I'm curious what they're going to end up doing in court, and hopefully they make the proper steps. Otherwise, they're going to have to cancel this game, and I'm sure they've already put a lot of money behind it, or they're going to have to pay Sony quite a bit of money. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think these changes are significant enough, and what they're focusing on for their gameplay is significant enough for them to win their court battle? Let me know what you guys think. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. Looks like Capcom has a new Dino Crisis merch dropping, and that has been sparking rumors of a remake for the game. If you don't know what the game is, this is the Dino Crisis game. I don't know if you guys ever played it. It is a classic game, but here are some of the merch that they're dropping. They're dropping some sweaters. They're dropping, I believe these are desktop pads for mouse and keyboard. They're dropping some figures here, some toys figures, keychains, stickers. I don't know what this one is with the health symbols. I think it's part of the game, but I don't know if it's just boxes or if they're more inside of it or they're mystery things. You guys are gonna have to let me know if you know what they are. And they're doing it in a way that's popular in the Japan with the lotto system, and it's going till September 12th, 2025. If you guys are interested in that. And the reason that this is not only sparking speculation for the game to get a remake is not only because of the releasing merch, but also Dino Crisis 1 and 2 was recently released on GOG in early 2025. If you don't know what GOG, you know what? Let me pull up the website actually to show you guys. GOG is a website where you can play games, I guess, online or download them. I'm not sure. I've never really used GOG myself, but this is the website here. And and if you look up Dino Crisis, there's Dino Crisis 2 right here and Dino Crisis 1. So you guys can play these games here if you're interested in taking a look at them. But yeah, just letting you guys know where that is available. Anyways, continue on to the story. So because Dino Crisis 1 and 2 was recently released on there, and they also renewed their trademark for the Dino Crisis game in March of 2025, um, it's speculating rumors that they're going to be doing a remake. Also, I believe that they did a fan posting in early 2024. Capcom asked fans which franchise they'd like to see revived. Dino Crisis ranked high alongside, of course, uh, Resident Evil, Mega Man, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's quite a bit going on in the game industry right now. As far as, excuse me, guys, someone was at my door, but yeah, so there's a lot of remakes and stuff happening. So hopefully, and with Capcom remaking a lot of the Resident Evil games, probably looking to remake some other games now that they're almost caught up with Resident Evil 4. Yeah, it looks like they're probably going to be moving to a new franchise, and I'm hoping it is Dino Crisis. It seems like a fun game to play. I think I played the original when I was younger. It's been so long though. It'd be nice to get a nice revamp of a new, uh, not a new IP, but a new remake of a game. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Moving on to our next game news topic of the day. It looks like Mafia Old Country is tracking behind Mafia 3 in its early sales and player engagement. This comes to us from Game Rant. They kind of do a breakdown of what's going on with the game here as far as Steam player peaks. But let me break it down for you guys a little further. I have some numbers here on the side. So it looks like Steam peak concurrent players is 35,247 on launch weekend, lower than Mafia 3, which is 47,822 peak in 2016. However, I would put an asterisk on that, and only because Battlefield 6 just dropped, and a lot of players were attending that gameplay for this weekend. So I don't think it was a great weekend for Mafia to drop. A lot of players were distracted. Maybe players that are interested in this game. I know myself, I played Mafia. I played Battlefield 6 all weekend personally. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think that held it back? Let me show you guys some other numbers. So in total, the estimated sales is likely under or close to 1 million units across all platforms sold. With the game being priced at $59.99 for the standard, and with the game being priced $49.99 for the standard and $59.99 for the deluxe edition. The estimated break even point for the game would be 1.67 million units sold. To generate around $60 million in revenue. So they're not there yet, but hopefully, with now that things are going to be dying down after the weekend with Battlefield 6. Maybe the players that were interested will probably be picking up the game and things will move along for them. But they aren't looking too well right now, right off the bat. But what do you guys think? Have you played Mafia 3? And were you too busy playing? But if you are a Mafia fan, it's a genuine question. If you're a Mafia fan and you ended up playing Battlefield this weekend, was that a distraction for you? Was it hard for you to choose which two, or were you definitely going to be playing one over the other? I'm very curious to know what you guys think and how you guys feel about that. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Moving on to our last game news topic of the day. Oh, I forgot to switch cameras here. Anyways, either way, here's the story. Talking about Battlefield 6, it looks like Battlefield 6 EA has blocked over 330,000 cheating attempts with Javelin anti-cheat. So even though we did see last week that there were images of cheaters being in early access, we finally got a nice number of what things are looking like for the anti-cheat system. So while some are breaking through the cracks, they seem to be stopping quite a bit. Overall, there were about 521,000 concurrent players during the first Battlefield Open Beta weekend. At a point, there was 250,000 players waiting in the server queues, which is crazy to say. That's a lot of players. I remember loading in, and I was about 200,000 people in, waiting to get into the game. And actually, those queues went by so quickly. I think they did a great job with their servers and their queuing system. But anyways, so yeah, EA's Javelin system blocked 330,000 plus cheating attempts going on during the open beta. So I think that's phenomenal, and I'm very curious how that would break down further towards platforms, towards you know what type of anti-cheating things that they do. I know Javelin kind of monitors a bit of the, not the system necessarily, but a bit of the game, not the gameplay. What is the thing called? Hold on, you know what? Let me look this up for you guys here. It's motion system levels behaviors and detects hidden cheating, flags attempts to bypass disable anti-cheat controls. That's what it does. So Javelin's a very interesting system, and it's very cool that they were able to pick up on some cheats, and hopefully they're able to expand it to the point for even the ones that did break through, they can knock those out when the game is released in October. But let me know what you guys think of this. Are you excited about the anti-cheat system in Battlefield 6? Seems to be working quite well with over 500,000 players. It's crazy that 330,000 of them try to cheat. That just lets you know how many cheaters there are on Call of Duty and other games. So imagine. I just want to point that out to you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And that does it for our game news topics of the day, guys. We're going to go ahead and move on to our movie news topics. We're going to start first with the box office weekend number 32 of the year 2025. It looks like while last week we discussed on who would win the box office weekend between Fantastic Four First Steps, Freakier Friday, and Weapons, it looks like we have a distinct victor, and by a large margin, let me add, with Weapons. So our top 10 movies at the box office are: number 1, Weapons with 42.5 million. Mind you, these aren't the actuals. The actuals will come in later today, but this is a rough estimate of where the actual numbers will be. Number 2 is Freakier Friday with 29 million. Number 3 is the Fantastic Four First Steps with 15.5 million. Number 4 is The Bad Guys with 10.4 million. Number 5, Naked Gun with 8.375 million. Number 6, Superman with 7.8 million. Number 7, Jurassic World Rebirth with 4.7 million. Number 8 with F1 the movie at 2.8 million. Number 9, Together with 2.6 million. And number 10, another movie that dropped this weekend, Stitch with $2.527 million. Crazy how it turned out compared to Weapons and Freakier Friday. I think Weapons has to be celebrating. I don't know what the budget was for the movie, but I'm guarantee you they're celebrating right now with these numbers. Things seem to be looking great. But one of the things I kind of wanted to hone in on here was it looks like Superman a while ago had passed Man of Steel at the domestic box office. However, it has yet to pass Man of Steel at the worldwide box office. Let's pull up if I can find it. I'm spelling everything wrong right now. Excuse me, guys. Man of Steel box office. There we go. Thought I had it pulled up. I guess I did not. There it is. So Man of Steel at the worldwide box office was sitting at $670 million. Superman is not yet done with its theatrical run. It's about $100 million less. So I don't know if it has the weight to continue and surpass Man of Steel, but I think we're sitting. The movie's probably looking to be finished around the $600 million mark. But let me know what you guys think about this, and let me know what you thought about this box office weekend. Were you excited to see Weapons take it, or were you hoping Freakier Friday would take it? I'm very surprised, and actually seeing Weapons and seeing Freakier Friday, I can see why Weapons took the box office weekend. But they're both phenomenal movies. I enjoyed them. Hopefully, we will bring some reviews to you guys soon. But moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. Over the weekend, we got the drop for our first look at One Piece season 2, and I think this first look is pretty awesome. Now I can't play you guys the whole thing with the music and stuff because YouTube sucks. So let's go ahead and look at some of the visuals here from the game. Everything's a bit of a tease, quick flashes. I'm loving that for example, I'm loving that these islands are very distinct, kind of how they are in the manga and in the there it is, kind of how they are in the manga and in the anime, where each island has a very distinct aspect to them, whether it's a desert, whether it's a like candy, whether it's whatever. But it looks like here we're seeing giant cacti, which is really awesome. Forgive me, guys. I wish I could play this. Great callbacks. Great. It just looks phenomenal. And I love how they did the Giants here. I was very curious if they were going to end up doing the Giants the way that they are, or not the way that they have them, or not. It's our first look at Nico Robin. She looks great. I don't know much about the actress, but I'm sure she'll do a phenomenal job. The one thing that's a bit annoying to me is everyone looks like cosplayers. It doesn't have that natural look and natural feel that other shows and other movies have. I think that was Vivi, our first look at Vivi, if I remember her name correctly from the manga. The princess of, I forget what the country's called. Some attacks here, and then the highlight for me, it's straight out one of the manga panels with right here the whale. Look at that. That looks awesome. I'm just loving the way that this looks. That's straight off of manga panel right here. I specifically remember seeing this on a manga panel. And I love it that this looks, the way that the CGI looks here. It looks like they used uh what is it called? Like figures, small figures. I forget what it's called when you do that. But it looks like they film miniatures. They film miniatures, and look, that looks very miniature, and I think it looks phenomenal. CGI looks great. I cannot wait to check out this show. I think it's going to be great and awesome, cool little announcement along with the trailer, or with the first look, and season 3 setting sail soon, which is good because I am sick and tired of waiting so damn long in between shows. It's getting annoying at this point. But let me know what you guys think of that first look. Are you excited to see the next season of One Piece? Did you even like the first season compared to the anime? I'm curious what you guys think. I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. It looks like Final Destination 7 is in development currently, with Bloodlines co-writer Laura Evan Taylor, forgive me. And there's not really much to talk about with the story. It makes sense that New Line is going to be developing another Final Destination movie, because Final Destination Bloodlines worldwide made $285.33 million. So they did phenomenal for the budget that they had for that film. So they're definitely feeling the success. It opened to like 50, oh, right here, opened to $51 million. So it's going to be $1 billion franchise within the release of the next one, since the whole overall franchise made $983 million. So definitely a successful franchise there, and just a great movie overall. I enjoyed it, and I think most people did. So it makes sense for them to bring back one of the co-writers from the Bloodlines movie and have them pen Final Destination 7. Hopefully it'll turn out really well. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Are you excited for another Final Destination movie? Moving on to our next movie news topic of the day. Forgive me if I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, but it looks like Noah Centineo. Forgive me if I'm saying that right. Noah Centineo is attached to play Rambo in a John Rambo origin Rambo John Rambo origin film. So if you have not heard, they're currently developing a origin film for the John Rambo or the Rambo franchise, and they have now casted their Rambo Noah here. He Noah's originally starred in a couple Netflix films, but his most upcoming project is he's going to be playing Ken Masters in Street Fighter in 2026 opposite Jason Momoa. The plot for this movie is currently under wraps, but it's going to explore the earlier days of John Rambo before the events of First Blood. So probably when he's actually at in Vietnam at the in the war and stuff like that, and his traumatic experiences that would lead into the First Blood movie, and hopefully this leads into a First Blood remake. That'd be nice to have a progression like that, depending on how this movie turns out. It's going to be directed by Jalmir Headlander. Forgive me, I'm very bad with names. He was the director of Big Game with Samuel Jackson and the movie Sisu, which was that movie kind of John Wick esque about gold that seemed pretty good. I had not seen that. I did see Big Game, and I didn't mind it for the small movie it was. It's pretty good. It's come to us from the writers Roy Henson and Sobhar Najirvin. Oh God, I'm so bad with names. Anyways, they're the writers of Black Adam and the not the Martian. How do you pronounce that? Manchurian, the Manchurian. I'm gonna say I said that horribly wrong. It's on Netflix, but Black Adam. So not the best penman for a movie of this fortitude, at least if they want to take it very serious. But I mean, hey, Black Adam's wasn't that bad, but it could have been better. Anyways, they're looking to start filming in early 2026. So probably looking at a release around 2027. So we'll see. We'll see how that takes off. But let me know what you guys think. Are you excited to see a origin story for John Rambo, or did you just want them to move on from the Rambo franchise? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And moving on to our last movie news topic of the day. It looks like James Gunn has shut down the notion that Robin is that will appear in Batman 2. So there's been rumors going around all weekend that Dick Grayson Robin will be appearing in Batman 2, and I love that James Gunn is so active on threads or social media. So he called the rumor nonsense on thread. He stated that only a handful of people have read the script. He emphasized that no one knows anything about the concept from the story except for four people. So so I love when a studio does this and shut down rumors. I love that he does this, and it's a great for us fans, because not only does it show us that a head of studio actually cares about the rumors that we hear and what we want to see, but also is not afraid to shut them down, because it lets us fans know not to have speculations and not to have over speculation of what's going to be happening in a film, and have ridiculous expectations for the movie. And he kind of knocks it down so we just can move on from these dumb nonsense topics that people like to make up and people like to talk about in the industry. And it really it's gonna make people less likely to release bullshit when it comes to these movies, because it's gonna be knocked down by the head of their studio, which is the DC studio, James Gunn. So I love that he does this. I wish Kevin Feige would do this. I wish other studios would do this for franchises. You know, George. I think the Lucasfilms would be great with this, because God forbid there's Star Wars. If we ever get another goddamn movie off the ground besides the Starfighters one and the Mandalorians. But let me know what you guys think of this. Are you happy James Gunn knocked down this rumor? Were you looking forward to Robin being in Batman 2? I think it wouldn't have made sense for this franchise with Robert Pattinson. Maybe in The Brave and the Bold, of course, I think a Dick Grayson Robin would make more sense, or in the DCU now. But as far as Robert Pattinson, that was basically year one, year two Batman. So it just made no sense for him to have a Robin at this point. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Truly Odd Podcast, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe. And always, guys, remember, stay true, be odd.